will. Matt Damon says he never saw himself as an action star. To get himself into fighting form for The Bourne Identity, Damon immersed himself in intense training.
I boxed for 6 months. I learned how to box, and then I got very serious about it, and it really did affect my bearing and the way I carried myself.
From kicking butt in Bourne Identity to playing slightly psychotic in The Talented Mr. Ripley, Damon is no stranger to playing a variety of roles.
I'm gonna make it right.
Matt has earned the reputation as a sweetheart by his female co-stars.
He has a great heart, and he's always worrying about everyone else.
He endured throughout a long time that we were working, not only kindness, concentration, being a great partner, being helpful, being funny, being everything that you need.
Las Vegas, huh? America's playground.
Matt even held his own with hunks George Clooney and Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
It was everything I could have hoped for.
And that Oscar he won? Forever modest. Damon keeps his Academy Award in a very special place.
Yeah, there's a little shelf. It's got a bunch of stuff on it. It's a little clutter, a bit of clutter actually, but yeah, it's got I guess a place of prominence. It's over in the corner, you know, on the shelf.
From Bourne to Bond, we're moving on to number 9 on our 10 best Hollywood hunks, Pierce Brosnan. Brosnan remembers watching Bond movies in black and white as a boy in Ireland.
It was a fantastic experience for a young lad to see Technicolor, to see this man with a bowler hat that took out statues, and to see this great character, James Bond, to see a naked lady lying on a bed. Magnificent view.
Speaking of naked women, Brosnan has had his fair share of leading ladies lying around. And all agree, Pierce is every bit the charmer he plays on screen.
It's a little intimidating coming on to a James Bond movie, and he's so open and supportive and helpful to all of us.
I see this man that it's like the prince, you know, and then cut to, here we are in the Bahamas on the beach kissing. Who would have thought?
Brosnan says the chance to play the most famous spy in the world came along as he was turning a new page in his personal life after losing his first wife, actress Cassandra Harris, to cancer.
This came at the most wonderful time in my life, where I was coming out of the tragedy of losing a wife who had been in For Your Eyes Only. I was putting my life back together, and I had just fallen in love with this wonderful woman, Keely Shea Smith, and here I was, kind of, once more the heart again relaxes. Vodka martini, plenty of ice, if you can spare it.
Drink your martini, Pierce. You've earned it. Coming up, how has this star dealt with being a Hollywood hottie?
It sucked. In a word, it sucked.
And why does Hugh Jackman think everyone should find a mate in Australia?
All the people that think we just go to Australia. It's easier, trust me.
The answer is coming up next on Hollywood's 10 Best Hottest Men. Our next hunk prompted many women to start hanging out in emergency rooms.
Oh yeah, it's really believable, isn't it?
But George Clooney has already moved on, putting an ocean between him and the ER. Splashing onto our survey at number 8.
Now, this is my kind of place.
Clooney hit it big on TV, but had no problems moving to blockbuster roles.
I was raised for it. I'm okay with that. I'll be glad when it slows down a little bit. You know, when you're not quite under the gun, as far as when people stop doing the hunk stuff.
So much for the hunk status dying down. Clooney took the lead in an army of hunks in Ocean's 11.
It's never been done before, so I need planning, a large crew.
And a large crew he got, but it took a bit of persuading for some of the major stars, including Julia Roberts.
We'd send her a script with $20 attached to it and said, you know, here you make 20 a film now, so come do this movie. She kept the 20 too. I'm still a little, which is about all they paid her. Now they tell me that I paid my debt to society.
Funny, I never got a check.
Okay, so maybe Julia's character could resist his charm on screen, but most of his female co-stars adore him, including Ms. Roberts.
It is really hard acting with George.
because it's, you know, I'm supposed to be steely and serious, and I was, you know, laughing like a 12-year-old.
He entertains not just sort of the cast, but also the crew. So it was very good because we were shooting in Bratislava, we were shooting all over the place, and it was a pretty tough shoot. So to have somebody like George there was good, very beneficial.
Pull up the gear.
I'm going home.
Next up on our list is the man who personifies calm, cool, and confident.
In this business, you gotta have a little dirt on you for anybody to trust you.
Coming in as our number 7 hottest man is Denzel Washington.
I've given up reading about me, you know, or what people think. I shouldn't even say about me, but what people think or say about me. I basically have given up on that because it's too much material, first of all. It's not who I am. It's only going to take me out of myself. If they're saying things that are too good, I might start believing them.
Throughout his career, Denzel has played everything from an angel to a famous boxer. Each role he tries to make as true to life as possible.
I like to think of myself still as an investigative reporter. Instead of writing the story, I speak it.
Denzel's female co-stars say speaking is not the only talent he possesses.
He doesn't have to say anything. He doesn't have to say a word. His charisma and the charm exudes from Denzel.
And I worked with him. Denzel was just open and available and exciting. Really exciting.
Despite praise from his leading ladies, Denzel stays grounded.
It's just make-believe, you know, don't take it too serious, you know.
Good-looking and modest. What more could a girl ask for?
2, 1, action!
Our next hunk hails from down under. Hugh Jackman muscles his way to number 6.
It's still my home base, and we go back there all the time. And I've got a few months off coming and we're going back there. So I still consider that my home, as where I have my house and all that kind of thing. But since then we've just been touring around and moving from job to job.
Even though Hugh is taken, he and wife Deborah Lee Furness adopted their son Oscar in 2000. Hugh does recommend the dating scene in his homeland to all you singles out there.
It's a little more relaxed in Australia, and I think what ends up happening is rather than going out on dates all the time, people will go in packs, they go in groups, or you go with a few guys and just sort of meet up, and it's a little more easygoing.
So how does Hugh compare with the hard-hitting tough guys he usually plays on screen?
I'm probably a little more goofy in real life. Goofy is not a great translation. Dag is someone who doesn't mind making a bit of a fool of himself, I suppose.
Congrats, Hugh. Your Down Under charm has earned you the title as one of Hollywood's hottest. Coming up after the break, we crack into our top 5 hottest men in Hollywood. We'll tell you how Tom has cruised his way into leading man status.
Definitely have a fear of speaking in front of large audiences.
And what Leo will do if he ever wins an Oscar. That's all coming up on Hollywood's 10 Best Hottest Men.